how should one prepare for the internship interview? What did you do?
Again, this depends on what kind of internships you're applying for. So data internships are a different ball game from, let's say, finance or consulting internships. So what I did was I prepped for cases. I brushed up on my data skills. I was doing mock interviews with the department. So the department has like mock interviews where they have professionals come and interview you. And then I was just with friends. I would like learn about what they were asked, right? Like you always need to be aware of what's happening in the industry. You need to know the other teams' playbook. That I think is the most valuable lesson. So you go in class doors and you see what other people say. How many people applied to this company and what were the questions they were asked. Because more often than not, at least one of the questions that you asked would be the ones that they listed out there. So that's very helpful for me. I would go on forums, I would talk to my buddies who interviewed with those companies before and try to get a sense of what they're looking for, and then you try to match that. Make yourself agreeable to what they
Okay. And did any of your courses help you specifically to get into consulting role?
want. OpsCon definitely did. So operations consulting was the course where I worked with Booz and Hamilton and CubeSmart for a year. And putting that on your resume, I think, is definitely helpful. A, because you have experience in the US for 1 year, which to them is invaluable. And when I say them, it's essentially the industry. And B is essentially I worked with Booz and Hamilton, which is a consulting firm. So definitely had connections.
Okay. And in terms of salaries,
Mm-hmm.
what can one expect?
So again, it depends on what industry you go into. So the three high-level industries I see is finance, consulting, tech. Uh,
And what
fi-
range?
and within finance, I would say people end up getting paid anywhere $70,000 and above. Consulting, it depends on what kind of firm you get into. If you're talking about uh, niche consulting firms and boutique consulting firms, I think it starts from $60,000 and plus. You're talking about MVP, it's like 85K and plus. And when I say plus, I mean like bonus and other compensation depends on how you do. And that's not included in what I'm saying. And tech, I would say, depending on what kind of role you get, again, it goes from 80 and above. So it could. I know people who ended up getting salaries worth $250,000, and they are like 1.5 years of work ex, but they got into like a product management role at Amazon.
Excuse me? $250,000.
Yeah, his base pay was like 175, and then he had another $75,000 of stock options.
What is his GPA? Was he a brilliant guy or was he just a
No,
normal
no,
guy
no.
with some?
No guy who was well connected. His brother knew someone who worked at Amazon who referred him, and then obviously he was very smart, which is why he cracked the interview because Amazon is very merit based. So there are a bunch of folks that I know who ended up getting like total everything combined, they ended up getting 170 $200,000.